All right, get ready to dive deep today as we explore the world of, you guessed it, lead generation.
Lead generation. No.
Yeah, lead generation. We're going to focus on a company called Leadtree Digital, based right in Perth.
Perth, okay.
They're doing some pretty interesting things to help businesses attract customers in this, well, crazy digital world.
Makes sense.
Their website, which is our main source for this whole deep dive, really caught my eye.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fascinating. They've got this no leads, no payment policy.
Old.
Super bold, and they talk about, like, dominating Google search results.
Dominating, okay.
So if you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, or just curious about the magic of digital marketing, this deep dive is for you.
Sounds like it.
And to help us make sense of it all, we've got our expert here today who knows all about marketing and how to grow a business.
Happy to be here. Lead generation is crucial these days. It really is the lifeblood of any business that wants to succeed. So let's jump right in and figure out why it's so important, especially in today's world, with all of the competition out there.
Absolutely. We always hear about leads in the business world, but what does it actually mean? What's the real deal?
That's a good question because a lot of people throw that term around, but they don't always really understand it. Basically, lead generation is about getting the attention of potential customers who already have some interest in what you offer, whether it's a product or a service.
Got it.
It's all about attracting them and keeping them engaged. It's like creating a path to guide them towards actually buying something.
So it's different from, like, traditional advertising.
Exactly. It's not just throwing a message out there and hoping it sticks. It's way more targeted.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's zoom in on Leadtree Digital.
All right.
They seem to work specifically with businesses in Perth, and their website mentions a bunch of different industries they cover.
Yeah, they do. It's pretty impressive, actually. They work with everyone from home improvement and real estate businesses to healthcare, automotive, you name it. They even work with construction and contracting companies.
I saw that. And they're proud to show off how well they've done for their clients.
Oh, absolutely. Like, for example, they helped one building broker get a 140% increase in leads.
Whoa.
Yeah, a pretty big jump.
That is massive.
They really emphasize local SEO, too.
Yeah, that caught my attention. Why would that be so important for a company like Leadtree Digital, since they're all about those Perth businesses?
Well, local SEO is about making sure that when someone in Perth, their target customer, searches for something they offer, their business pops up in those search results.
So they're right there when people are looking.
Right at the top. It's like having a virtual storefront in the exact spot where your customers are searching.
A digital welcome mat.
Exactly. For Leadtree Digital, that means making their clients the first thing people in Perth see when they're looking for those specific services.
Makes sense. Now, this no leads, no payment policy. It's pretty daring, isn't it? What are your thoughts on that?
It definitely grabs your attention, right? It seems like an incredible deal at first. Clients only pay when they see actual leads, so they're not risking as much as with traditional marketing. And for Leadtree Digital, it shows they're really confident they can deliver.
Yeah, but there could be some downsides.
There could be. It depends. For example, how do you define a lead? It's not always clear-cut.
Good point.
Is it just someone landing on a website? Or is it someone who's genuinely interested and ready to make a purchase? There's room for misunderstanding there. Plus, you have to build trust with clients.
Because they might hesitate if they're not sure what they're getting until those leads start coming in.
Exactly. So being transparent is super important. Everyone needs to agree on what a lead actually is and how to measure success.
Clear communication from the start.
Yeah.
So let's move on to their claim about getting clients those top spots on Google.
Yes.
Their website has all these before and after examples of Google search results, which is pretty convincing. But can they really guarantee those top rankings?
It's tricky. SEO, or search engine optimization, is a constantly changing game. Those search engine algorithms, especially Google's, are always being updated.
So it's hard to promise specific rankings.
Almost impossible. But there are proven methods and strategies that can make a website way more visible, helping it climb up those search result rankings.
What kind of strategies?
Well, they mention optimizing Google business profiles, which is key for local SEO. That's about making sure all the business info is accurate and consistent across every platform. They probably also focus on keyword research, figuring out what people actually type in when searching.
To match what potential customers are looking for.
Right, and then they integrate those keywords into the website content, descriptions, even the image tags. It all helps boost those rankings.
So it's not just about randomly using keywords, but about understanding how search engines work.
Exactly. It's like a dance with Google. You have to know the steps. It's all about creating quality content that search engines will love because it's valuable for the user.
And always adapting to those changes.
Always. Speaking of adapting, LeadTree Digital emphasizes reputation management too.
Yes. They even mention automated review requests. What's the link between online reputation and getting those leads?
It's a big one. Think about it. When you're looking for something online, what's one of the first things you do?
Check the reviews, of course. See what other people are saying.
Exactly. Those positive reviews really matter. They build trust, and they can be the reason someone chooses one business over another.
Like a digital stamp of approval.
Exactly. LeadTree Digital gets that. They encourage their clients' customers to leave reviews, which boosts their online reputation.
Makes sense. So it's not just about being at the top of the search results, but making sure people like what they see when they find you.
Right. It's about building that credibility and trust, showing that you're a legitimate business.
Those 5-star reviews are powerful. This has been really insightful so far. We've covered a lot, from the basics of lead generation to the specifics of how LeadTree Digital works, especially with their focus on attracting customers for those Perth businesses.
Yeah, and we're just scratching the surface. The world of lead generation is huge and always changing. There's so much more to explore.
Definitely. So for our listeners who are ready to dig even deeper, stick around. We'll continue our deep dive into LeadTree Digital and the fascinating world of lead generation in the next part.
There's a lot more to come. It's interesting how LeadTree Digital really highlights the money part of their approach.
Yeah, the financial benefits.
Right. Their website talks a lot about boosting sales and making businesses grow because of their services.
It's all about that bottom line, making those profits.
Exactly. But they also talk about the value for their clients, especially that no leads, no payment guarantee, which minimizes the risk for those businesses. It's a big selling point.
I bet. It's like they're saying, hey, you're not gambling here.
You only pay when we get results, when you get those leads.
So everyone wins.
Exactly.
Right.
LeadTree Digital and their clients, they're both working towards the same thing, that shared success.
They're on the same team.
Right. But then the question becomes, how do they actually generate those leads?
Good question.
Their website gives us a little peek into their process.
They talk about dominating your industry on Google search.
Yep, that's part of it.
But they also say they're not like those typical SEO companies.
Right. They try to set themselves apart.
What's the difference?
It seems like they're really focused on getting leads quickly.
Okay.
Not just relying on long-term SEO, which can take a while to show results.
Yeah, that can be a slow burn.
They talk about building digital assets to make that happen.
Digital assets.
Things like landing pages specifically made to capture leads, or optimizing a website to be better at generating leads. Maybe even building a whole new website just focused on attracting leads and turning them into customers.
So it's about making a big impact right away.
Get those leads flowing quickly.
But long-term SEO is still important, right, for sustained growth.
Absolutely. Having a strong online presence because of good SEO, that's crucial for any business. It's just that LeadTree Digital seems to be targeting those who need a fast boost in leads.
I see. Like a jumpstart.
Right. Businesses that are just starting out, or maybe they've hit a rough patch, it's like giving them a shortcut to get those leads coming in.
So it's like, we'll get you those leads now, and we'll also work on your long-term SEO.
Exactly. Taking care of both the immediate need and the long-term strategy. They also talk a lot about Google My Business visibility.
Oh, yeah. They have a whole section on their website about that. Why is Google My Business so important, especially for those local businesses?
Think about how you search for things online.
Okay.
Let's say you need a plumber in Perth.
Okay, I need a plumber.
What do I do?
I go to Google and type in plumber near me.
Or plumber Perth.
Exactly.
That's where Google My Business comes in. It's what shows those local search results, all those listings with maps and reviews and even photos. If a business wants to be found by people in their area, they need a good Google My Business profile.
It's a must-have.
A must-have. And LeadTree Digital knows that. They work on their clients' profiles, making sure they're using the right keywords, writing good content, even using things like heat map analysis to make those profiles as visible as possible.
So they're not just relying on reviews for reputation management. They're really focused on building a positive online presence everywhere.
You got it. They talk about managing all those customer interactions, responding to reviews, whether they're good or bad.
Damage control.
Exactly. They're all about creating a good image for those brands online.
Because a strong online reputation attracts those leads.
It's all about trust and credibility.
They also mentioned using a client management CRM.
Ah, yes, a CRM, or customer relationship management system. It's a central hub for keeping track of all those interactions with customers and potential customers. It helps organize everything.
Keeps it all straight.
Exactly. It helps manage those leads, see how they're progressing, and makes communication easier. LeadTree Digital probably uses this to make sure no leads fall through the cracks.
And that those leads turn into paying customers.
Right. It's not just about collecting leads, it's about turning them into loyal customer.
Building those
The
relationships.
CRM is super helpful for that. It helps manage the entire customer journey.
From the first contact all the way to, hopefully, a long-term relationship.
LeadTree Digital gets it. Getting a lead is just the first step.
It's what you do with it that matters.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So for our listeners who might be thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but is lead generation right for me, for my business? What are some things they should keep in mind?
That's a great question. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering that.
Well, the first thing is lead generation is super important for any business that wants to grow, especially in today's digital world.
It's essential.
Whether you're a small local shop or a huge company, you need to attract those potential customers online. But it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing.
Right. What works for one business might not work for another.
Exactly. The best strategies will depend on your industry, who you're trying to reach, and what your goals are as a business.
And that's where companies like LeadTree Digital come in.
Right. They offer a specialized service, really focusing on getting those leads quickly and efficiently. They seem to be really good at using local SEO, optimizing those Google My Business profiles, and managing online reputations, all those things that help their clients stand out in Perth.
So if you're a business in Perth looking to boost your leads, LeadTree Digital might be worth a look.
It might be. But as always, do your research, understand the different approaches to lead generation, and choose what works best for your specific needs and goals.
Find the right fit.
Exactly. And remember, lead generation isn't a quick fix. It takes time and consistent effort. It's about building those relationships, nurturing those leads, and turning them into loyal customers.
It's a journey.
It is. It's an adventure that requires a smart strategy and a willingness to adapt to the ever-changing world of digital marketing.
It's been fascinating looking into LeadTree Digital and how they approach lead generation.
Yeah, definitely.
They're really focused on local SEO. They've got that no leads, no payment policy, and they work hard on those Google My Business profiles and online reputation.
It's more than just providing a service.
Right.
They see themselves as partners invested in their clients' success.
I noticed that.
They use phrases like, we're in this together and let's drive your success.
It's very collaborative.
Exactly. It's not just a transaction. They're in it with their clients.
Working side by side.
Which makes a lot of sense. Lead generation really works best when the business and the agency are on the same page.
Like a true partnership.
Right. Open communication is key. Setting clear expectations from the start and making sure everyone understands what success means. It's a shared goal.
LeadTree Digital seems to be big on transparency too.
Oh, absolutely.
They talk about giving clients detailed analytics and reports so they can see how things are going.
That's important.
Yeah.
It builds trust, shows they're accountable,
Right. Clients want to see where their money is going,
and what kind of return they're getting. It's about proving it works.
showing them the results.
Exactly. And it gives you the chance to adjust things along the way.
If something's not working, you can tweak the strategy based on the data.
It's about constantly evolving and improving the process.
So for our listeners who are feeling inspired and ready to give lead generation a try, what can they do to get started?
The first thing is you got to define your goals.
Okay, goals.
What do you want to achieve with lead generation? More brand awareness, more traffic to your website, or maybe you just want to boost those sales.
Set that destination before you start the journey.
Exactly. Then you need to figure out who you're trying to reach. Who's your target audience?
Who are you talking to?
Right. What do they need? What are their problems? Where do they hang out online? Once you know that, you can create the right message.
So you're speaking their language.
Right. Once you know your goals and who you're targeting, you can start exploring the different ways to generate those leads.
Different strategies.
Exactly. Content marketing is a big one.
Creating great content that attracts the right people.
Right. Then there's social media marketing, using platforms like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn.
Reaching people where they are.
Exactly. And we can't forget about SEO.
Making sure your website shows up in those search results.
Yep. LeadTree Digital is really good at local SEO, so that's something to consider if you're targeting a local market.
Right.
And Don't underestimate email marketing.
Oh, yeah, good old email.
It's still one of the best ways to build relationships with those leads.
We keep them engaged.
Exactly. So it's about finding the right mix of strategies for your business and your audience. Yeah.
And being patient.
Oh, absolutely.
It takes time.
It's not going to happen overnight.
Lead generation is a marathon, not a sprint.
Well said. But with the right approach and consistent effort, it can really help your business grow,
Connecting with the right people.
guiding them towards becoming customers.
This has been a great deep dive into the world of lead generation. We've learned a lot from LeadTree Digital's approach and explored ways to attract potential customers.
It's always interesting to see how real businesses are tackling these challenges.
Absolutely. And for our listeners, as you continue your own lead generation journey, here's something to think about. How will lead generation change in the future?
The future of lead generation.
Especially with things like AI and automation becoming more and more common.
Could AI take over?
Could we see AI identifying and nurturing those leads? It's a whole new world out there. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
Until next time.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.